Two. Is Aware Hafiz. I have an interview today with my guy Loyal.
What's going on,
Thank
bro?
you for coming through.
You're ready.
He's also the co-star in the movie that we did together, Press for Time.
That's a fact. That's a
We're
fact.
gonna ask him a couple questions about that, but I think where we should start at is how do you feel about the COVID situation and how things are going with that?
COVID,
Yeah.
honestly, COVID has been, I mean, you could take it, pause in separate ways. Like, if this didn't make you more aware
Yeah, they
of life
aware.
and, of being healthy, I think, this most likely would have brought that awareness. If it hasn't, then, maybe you're just missing out on a lot.
Maybe you're missing out on a lot.
But it also, got a chance to show us a lot as far as, like, the government and how they move and stuff like that, different things. And it's all about what you ingest and how you plan on looking at it and the direction you plan on taking it. So.
And you said that, my mind just jumped to, how do you feel about the Capitol last week? That whole thing with the Capitol.
We got a lot of feelings about that. Of
Yeah,
course, us being,
yeah.
me, my opinion, I'm going to speak for myself first, is that, to watch that knowing that I subjected people, the consequence behind that would have been totally different. Of course, it makes you feel uneasy about a lot of things. You feel me? So, but at least we're able to capture it.
Yeah.
And we're able to put it to the forefront now. And only thing this is going to do is if the government don't do nothing about this now, it's going to definitely show us as people, like, like they definitely really just not for us at all. Like,
It's not. Because it's like, how did they even allow that to happen? And along with what's been going on with black people all this time. I mean, the average white person should look at it and be like, yo, now they should see the prejudiceness and see how it was better for how other people are getting treated a lot better than the other people. You know what I mean? Because before they was in denial, it wasn't happening to them. So they see it as everything being cool.
Yeah, very, very much in denial. Some people, I mean, it's all right if you stand for what you stand for. I'm not going to knock a lot of people. If you are the type of people you're prejudiced and that's what you stand for, I'd rather you be that before you act like you're not. You feel me? Don't
pretend.
Exactly.
Don't pretend.
But at the end of the day, it's still like we just see what a lot of our people get persecuted for, and it's like, feel me? Like, also, like, what y'all gonna do about this?
Yeah, what are y'all gonna do?
Because when it's us, you know how to find us. You know how to barricade us in. You know how to put warrants, knock on doors. You killing people in their house while they sleep. So it's like, I'm not for the police, whatever like that. But one thing I'm for is justice. You feel me? Like,
whatever color it is.
Yeah, and then that storm of the Capitol, like, that shit is like, it's just a dog, bro.
Yeah, it make us look weak as a people too. Because if another country was seeing us doing that to ourselves, they would see that as a weakness, I think. Right?
Fact. That's a fact. There's a lot of countries that's out there that look at us like, especially how the government's ran, they don't take care of the people. But
it's
a
joke. No
different. Yeah, right. But what we have now is awareness, though. And that's what I like. You know what I mean? Like how you should, is awareness. So people banding together. That's what I like seeing now. Everyone's starting to band together at least a little bit.
A little bit.
You feel me? And it's gonna take
a
little.
Start.
Yeah, you gotta wean out, but
gotta start somewhere. I think a lot about like the young black men. You know what I mean? And that's like scary to me. Like, what do you think about the future of our of the children? Like, do you think this is gonna get better or?
Honestly, I think times is gonna go with the way they are. I feel like if enough people put forth that energy to be like, what, we need to start implementing this, most likely. The one thing I say that they need to put in schools is the thinking thing, terminology, and how to assess situations. See, a lot of us brothers and sisters, we don't know how to assess certain situations. We only taught from the surroundings that surround us.
Yeah.
So naturally we grasp that, we eat it, and then we ingest it. But if we're able to change that, the psychology of it, and understanding how we assess different situations, and actually looking at the check, like a lot of times you really ain't really being disrespected because it's all perception of how you perceive things.
It's all perception.
You feel me? So if you perceive it to be like you was disrespected, then you're gonna feel disrespect.
Yeah.
But if you look at it like, well, all the thing that happened was I pulled up, he took my parking spot, and well, I just gotta find another one. You know what I mean? Or like, and then once you do that, your days will go a little bit better. You feel me? So
it's an awareness because we do, like, naturally we talked about this years ago. This was like a thing that we talked about, like black men naturally having anger in them.
Facts.
We used to have that conversation like years ago. It's like a natural thing for us to be angry towards each other, like, and that's crazy.
But since they brought us over here, they put us in competition with each other. They put us in competition with, the man next to you picking cotton. Oh, she picking this much cotton out. Well, if you're not doing this as good as this person, like this person, this is a good Negro. This is a type. So we've been under that scrutiny of having to feel like we got to be competitive, or if one house is not having enough, it's like, wow, they over there eating, my house ain't eating.
And it's weird that just kept going, and it's still going. Like, I catch myself, like, because you told me that, and then after you said that to me, I had to get an awareness of it. Like, dang, like, why am I looking at this black man like this? And then I'm watching all the white people, but I'm focused on this man that's the same color as me. Like, it's just real, like, difficult to come up out of this, but I guess we start one person at a time.
And that's how I gotta go. And that's what I've been mostly, like, these days, just pumping, like, a lot of positivity. I feel like, you know what, if I help somebody, my only thing is, my repayment is I ask you to help somebody.
Yeah.
And then you just have them
pay it
tag
forward.
along.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
pay
feel
it
me?
Forward.
So you figure if enough people tag it along, it'll revolve, and the whole objective is supposed to get back to you.
Yeah, and it'll be that'll be a very dangerous thing for some people if that actually happened. But we could hope and we could push for it.
Yeah, definitely, because if you really think about it, it's a free spirited world. I mean, everyone can rock. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can do what you do. You feel me? Like, if a person doing their thing, just let them do their thing. And it's like, I mean, when it's your turn, you get your turn to dance. I mean, you go up there and do what you do.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But, like, look at it with the same enthusiasm as with if it wasn't you. Like, you know what I mean? So we gotta be ready to cheer for the next person. So we want to cheer for ourselves. So
there's no crab in the barrel mentality.
Right.
Because that's definitely what goes on a lot in the community too. It goes on a lot in the community, and we're not even like racist people. Like, because I'm not a racist. Like, I don't even know nobody that is like that's black, so we don't feel that way. We don't have that hatred still after all these years. I just don't get why it's still that way. Like, why does it have to be like hatred towards each other when everybody should just be the same? And we still fighting a different fight than a white man.
Right. But what also is good is now we do have white people fighting with us. So I mean, with times, as you notice, it's just evolving.
Yeah.
So I'm that's kind of fly now.
It is.
Because to know that we came from, when you look into history, it's like we came from it's just been us barricading. Like, so now we got a couple of them on our side. Like, hold on, like this ain't right.
And so. Go ahead, bro. My
yeah, so that's basically what I have to say, that, it's just this ain't right. So now that everyone's banding together now a little bit here and there, it's starting to see the injustice. We all people, actually. You feel me? So ain't about being black, about being white, about being Hispanic. Like, we just all here. You feel me? Yeah, we just here to do our thing. That's it. Like,
and I don't know if it's just me. Like, when I see like white people that's like cool with black people that don't look at it as a race thing, I really think those people are cool. Like ain't nothing cooler than a white person that's not racist. You know what I mean?
And it's crazy because, like, when you think about it, we could learn a lot from each other. You know what I like about, I'm gonna be honest about it, coming from the inner cities, we come from, you New Jersey, we come from New York, I'm New York City, Bronx. So it's like, when I came out to suburban areas and starting to actually talk to some of the white people, it's like you see their ways and learn. Because what I'm not going to be oblivious to is the fact that there's scholars on both sides of the table. Just as much as there was a lot of black scholars, there was a lot of white scholars who engineered and built a lot of stuff that we use today as man. So it's safe enough to say we should just sum it up like we just all great people. And once you just find your greatness, it's like, and you tap in, I mean, you're just unstoppable. I love being able to go to, sometimes I go to different, I might go to a keg party, might go just to hear their stories. He might be raised on a farm. They might have been raised over here in a nice area, you know what I mean? And just to hear the stories is just crazy.
And then, like, I ain't gonna try to spin it or nothing. I'm not gonna try to, like, I just feel like in life there's a lot of contradictions too. Because, like, do I feel like you a king? Yes. Do I feel like I'm a king? Yes. But do I feel like everybody are kings? Like, I don't, you get what I'm trying to say?
Right, definitely. I think, once we elevate the mentality, and that's when you become a king. A lot of times, and I'm like, we were just talking about this, about being stuck, about, being trapped in that negative labeling.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's all about your mentality, really.
It is
so it's
mentality.
like once you just started thinking on a higher level and thinking about what's important and knowing that it's the difference between what you feel and what's actually real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because your feelings is just an opinion unless you have an actual fact.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we just all lit. Like, I mean, we all lit in our own ways. Some people don't want to elevate it. Those who do, you'll notice the growth in them.
Yeah.
Pause. Like, you know what I mean? So.
And that's a good segue too. Like, so what do you do? Like, say if you have a friend that you've been hanging out with for like all your life, right? And then you grow, you start to grow, right? And then they still stuck at that same spot. There's a conflict. So how would you say handle that? Because there's people going through that. Like,
I'm gonna say this. You know, our main thing, they say knowing is half the battle, right?
Yeah.
So once you know and you become aware, it's like, all right, I can make it my choice to feed this person. Like, yo, listen, I mean, that's really not right how you moving on the road. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if they choose to not ingest it, it's like, all right, well, where am I going with this? Because you're only going to be what you stand for. So who you hang around is basically just like you're co-signing what goes on.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I like to distance myself. I don't really hang around dudes who don't take care of their children and stuff like that. Because I just don't want to be put in the category of one of those type guys. So,
yeah,
you know, once you start separating and hang around with people who, you know, of like mind, it's just it gets better.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no disrespect to your friend. It's like, you know, I still message you. I could message you from a distance, maybe, depending on how far you go into this bag. Because if I'm going this way and you going that way, we ain't gonna cross no more. You know what I'm saying? Real. I got to go. You know what I mean?
That's real. That's real.
And if you make it where I'm at, then, you know, like, hey, I tip a drink, but it's like, I gotta go somewhere, bro.
I gotta go. I can't wait for you. I can't sit around for you either.
Right.
If you ain't growing and I'm trying to grow, we can't just stay. We can't. It's not working no more.
Right.
Like, I'm in a situation like that right now with my best friend Ray. I got a series about him too, where I be telling stories. I don't know if you caught that yet, but he's doing 13 years in jail, and I'm going in a whole nother direction. And it's like, do you still stay in that situation with that person, or is it just wasting your time, you think?
I'm gonna say this. Like, you know, if you know a person, right, especially when you know a person in depth, if you know that person got the ability to be better, I think, for me personally, I take initiative to say to myself that I have to give you the information. Because if I don't, it's like I failed you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just sat there and watched you go down there and destroy yourself when I could have told you. At least if you do go destroy yourself, I told you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen, bro, we could do this now. There's plenty of different ways to do this. If you want to do it, this is how you do it. If not, you dig what I'm saying? It's gonna take a while. Some people don't get it until further in life. Some get it also. I mean, because, you know, there's people who got this enlightenment before I did. You feel what I'm saying? So who are we to
judge that? That's conflictual too to me. Like, because it's like, a lot of stuff just don't make sense to me. Like, I think I should start a show where stuff just like conflict. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
There's a lot of
contrast, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways of looking at stuff. Like, cause how I was thinking before, like probably like last year, I was just like, all right, if somebody can't keep up and they don't on the same page as me, I gotta cut them off. But these, also, they could be a loyal person that's loyal to me, that really got love for me, and I don't think I should cut them off. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
you know, everyone's walk is different. Yeah, and that's what I had to learn. Like, my pace, like, everyone's stars is different. Yeah, you feel me? Like, some dudes could get away with stuff that other dudes don't get away with. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what your stars is, and you start understanding what your purpose is. And I learned that one time from a person asking me what was my talent. So I'm looking like, my talent. Like, yeah, like, what's your talent? You know what I mean? I had to really like think about it, like, what is my talent? And that's when you find your talent, is when you find your purpose. So some people ain't good thinkers. Some people are just good at picking things up and moving right. Exactly. Doesn't make them any less of a person. No. That's just where he or she is strong at. You know what I'm saying? And so when you put it together, like, some people, you know what it is that with us is that what a lot of us minorities, we want to do it by ourselves, because it's like, if I have somebody help me, then you're gonna be sitting there talking about how you had to help me. You feel me? So it's
want
like
all the credit then.
right. Or, you know, this person cut is not as big as that person cut, and we done did the same amount of work, type. You know what I mean? So that can fluctuate too, but
yeah.
But mostly it's like we just always want to do it by ourselves, just to be able to say that no one gave us a hand. When it really, like, the greatest things was built by many people.
Yeah, teamwork make the dream
right. The
work.
pyramids wasn't built by one person. Like, it took a lot of people to get that together. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of arguments. There's been a lot of sweat. Been a lot of cursing. Like, you feel me? I'm not talking to you, but it's like, end of the day, if we can make it happen. It depends on how we're looking at the situation and what's the common goal.
And then it also takes certain kind of people, I noticed too. Like, you can't have like certain kind of people around you because they just want to bring you down, or they mind state ain't even where yours is at. Like, that's right. like how you say you don't be around a lot of people. Like, I can't really be around a lot of people because I have trust issues for what happened in the past. Like, whether it was a white man or black man. Like, I've been screwed over by both. You know what I mean? Somebody I thought I trusted stole out my house or something like that, or something. You know what I mean?
That's definitely a thing that hits home when it comes to trust, because that's all we really have in a person sometimes. You feel me?
That's it.
So it's like, if I can't get nothing out of you, it's like, at least that. If I can't get that out of you, it's like,
at least your word.
It looked bad. And it sets a bad example for a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And but the way I look at it is like this now. It's like I was like that. I feel like, I ain't gonna mess with this person. You know what it is? I think now the uncertainty of things is what's more exciting now.
Yeah.
Because we gonna live regardless, and it's like, honestly, when you think about it, I think the dude, I think the Texas OG dude, Charleston White. I was watching something.
Okay.
When he was like, "Yo, he don't get to pick his death. He ain't get to pick his parents. He ain't get to pick to be who he was. He just got here.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever's gonna happen, the Most High is gonna happen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we ain't got control of
none
of it.
Just I mean, so just live and don't live no more with the. I mean, yeah, you aware, so you know what to look forward to. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I mean? Just thug that shit the fuck out. Like,
take it how it is.
I ain't got no sense of sitting there running around being nervous about everybody, because in certain senses we could close certain doors or keep certain doors closed behind that. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that this opportunity wasn't an opportunity for us to be guarded, and we need to approach and we need to have that.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So because that's what it's all about, the matching the energies. And once people don't understand, it's really a spiritual thing too, and you gotta it lies within. And if you know anything about the third eye, the intuition always tell you, we just don't listen.
We don't listen. We don't. Yeah, that's a fact too.
Yeah,
like, if you're around a person and you feel that bad energy, you're supposed to bust a move and get away from it.
Right. You know what I mean?
But and then when we drinking or we doing drugs, we taking that into our body. We not even paying attention to that energy sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why I had to fall back on the whole drinking thing.
Right. And people don't understand there's nothing wrong with restarting life.
Yeah.
You can keep restarting life as much as you want.
You can restart tomorrow. You can restart in 2 minutes.
Right.
It's your life. You can do whatever you want with it.
Right. And
go ahead.
Well, just to say that, just for everyone out there, just like, don't hold yourself back with your talents and stuff like that. Just don't be afraid to be who you are, because it's like, at the end of the day, this life is just temporary.
It's
what I mean? We just stop it through, coming through, make some movies, getting lit here, getting lit there, take pictures, you know what I'm saying? Smile, you feel me? And just be merry about life. Other than that, we just, just be who you is, man. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. That's segment 1 for the Aware Hafiz interview with my guy Loyal. Very knowledgeable man. As you can see, I just learned something sitting here. So stay tuned. Stay safe. Be well. Pray for the lost souls.